Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about what women wish men would talk to them about. So this is a good dating advice video. So when you're out and about and you're talking to women, or you go out on that first date with a woman, how do you talk to them? What can you say to them? What can you ask them about? What can you talk to them about that can make you seem more interesting, and make you discover actually who this woman is? Because you don't want to go out on a date and when you first start talking to a woman, your idea shouldn't be to, oh my god, I need to get her to like me. It should be more about, okay, I need to find out about as much information as I can about this woman to see if we are a right fit. Because sometimes we can become so hypnotized by a woman's beauty that sometimes that kind of thing just flies out the window and you just instantly go into seeking approval, wanting to get with her, and because you're more focused on that and like, oh my god, I need to get her to like me, I need to make her my girlfriend, I need to find a way to sleep with her, you might be thinking about all these things, especially if she is like really, really beautiful. It can be really difficult to maintain that self-control and think, hang on a minute, I need to actually find out if this woman has a good personality too, and if she is actually good girlfriend or wife material. So here are some things that you can do. And also by doing this, you can actually get women to like you more as well, because you're talking about these interesting things. So the first thing that I want to get into is sort of a quote by Dale Carnegie, but I may be butchering it a little bit. And obviously he's got that famous book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And that is a great book all around. It can help your dating skills, it can help your social skills, it can help you make friends, all that kind of stuff. It's just a really good all-rounder. It can help you in business, help you at work, it's just an amazing book about communication and winning people over to want to be your friend and influence them. So that quote that I want to get into is something along the lines of this, is you can get someone more interested in you by asking about them in 2 minutes than you can get them interested in you by talking about yourself for 2 months. So the idea is then, if you are talking to a woman, ask her about herself, okay? And focus more on finding out information about her and getting her to open up and talk to you about her life, about her hobbies, about her dreams, about her aspirations, about the things that she likes to do, about her family, about her friends. Just really getting her to open up and tell you about her world. Because if you really like her and things go really well with her and she likes you too, your worlds are going to mesh. Right? They're going to collide. So you better like her world, right? Because that could be a part of your life, and it could be a part of your life for a long time. So it's a good idea to ask her about her family, about her friends, because these people, if things go well, are going to end up in your life, okay? So it's a good idea to ask her tons and tons of questions about her life to try and figure out if it's a good idea for your worlds to collide. So the idea then is that obviously everyone is self-interested. Most people really love talking about themselves. Not all the time, especially if you're dealing with a woman that probably is really insecure or doesn't like her life that much. Perhaps she doesn't have a lot going on. Perhaps she will not like the fact that you're asking about her life because she personally doesn't like her life. And then, ideally, I want the best for you. So you want to be with a woman who has a great life, right? And it's also a good idea for you to be cultivating a great life too. So when your worlds collide, you just make an awesome sort of thing, right? You create something really beautiful by having your worlds collide, because you've got a great life, she's got a great life, your worlds collide, it makes it even better. So remember, you are what you attract who you are, right? So if you want to find a woman who is a great communicator, who has great relationships, then you also need to have those things going on in your life. Because if your life is a mess and you don't like your life, and you meet a woman who loves her life, who enjoys her life, and your worlds collide, she's probably eventually going to leave you because she doesn't like your life and you don't like your life. So why should she want to be a part of that if it's an unenjoyable experience? Okay, women want to have a great experience, just like you want to have a great experience. You want to have a great life, you want to have a happy life, you want to have a peaceful life, You don't want a life that's got filled with drama and gossip, unless you particularly like that thing. And of course, if you do like that thing, then you'll attract a woman who does also like that thing, and you can live in this sort of like drama, fiery world. If that's what you want. I mean, you can have it any way you want. That's the great thing about this life. Okay, and I truly believe this. If you really want a certain kind of life, you totally can have it if you work towards it and aim for it and keep on going for it relentlessly. But anyway, when you are talking to a woman, then getting back on track after that tangent, when you do want to when you are talking to a woman and you want to get with her and you're like, okay, this woman's really interesting, so I'm going to kind of I obviously want to appear interesting too, but you don't have to do a lot. Okay, you don't have to say much. All you have to do is when she asks you a question about your life, you want to just have a bit of flavor and depth to it. So what I mean by this is, I use this example quite often when I talk about this topic. And that is, if she asks you something like, what's your favorite TV show? And you say Game of Thrones. What's yours? That is not a great answer, even though it's good in the fact that it is quite short and sweet, and then you turn it back over to her so she can tell you about what she likes as a TV show. You want to have a bit of flavor and depth. So you can say, my favorite TV show is Game of Thrones. I really like the idea of like this family being separated in this dangerous world. I can really relate to the Stark siblings because I have siblings too, and it's just like a really cool show. What about you? Now, then, so what you're doing there is you're being short, you're being sweet, you're having flavor and depth in what you're saying, and then you're turning the question over to her. If you always give boring responses like when she says, what's your favorite color? Oh, my favorite color is red. What's yours? Yeah, it's very surface level, kind of a bit boring. But you can still appear mysterious and interesting and turn the question back over to her if you just have a bit of flavor. So let's say your favorite color is red, and you say, yeah, I really like the color red. I remember when I was little, I had this like red ball that I would just play with all the time, and it was like my favorite toy for like 3 years, and I was just obsessed with it. I took it everywhere with me, so I really love the color red. What's your favorite color? Things like that, you're giving them more flavor, depth, but it's still being short, sweet, to the point, and then you're turning the question back over to her. And this is really interesting as well, because if a woman is asking about you as well, this is a great way to gauge her interest and see how interested she is in you. Because if a woman likes you, she will ask you about your life too. So this is a great way to find out, because if you're always like asking questions about her, you're finding out about her family, like how I suggested at the beginning of this video, and you keep on asking questions and questions, and let's say she just keeps on talking about herself, but she never directs the questions back at you, then you can kind of sense that, okay, maybe this woman doesn't actually like me that much, because she's not asking about me. I'm asking about her, she's loving answering, but she's not returning the questions back. So that's a great way to know if a woman is actually interested in you. Now, what I always say is that, you want to be mysterious, so you don't want to you don't want to be talking about yourself for hours and hours, because remember what I said about that Dale Carnegie quote. You can get someone more interested in you by talking about them for 2 minutes and asking questions about them for 2 minutes than you can by talking about yourself for 2 months. So you want to be short and sweet when you do respond and tell her about your life, and then continue to get her to talk and talk more and talk more and talk more. And it's just a great way to get someone more interested in you. In general, it doesn't even have to be with women. You can do this with, if you're trying to make someone your friend, like ask them about their life and what they do and what they like to do. And if they like you and want to be your friend too, they're going to ask about you. So that's a really cool way that you can just apply this to everything, basically, which is really good. It's a good all-rounder. It's like a good vanilla ice cream sort of thing. And what I mean by that is that vanilla ice cream kind of goes with like pretty much all kinds of desserts and stuff. So it's just like a very good all-rounder, fan favorite sort of thing. And it's just a good thing you can use throughout your whole life. So another thing that you can do as well that women would wish men would talk about is just talk about things that are light-hearted, that she would enjoy answering. So if you can tell that she has let's say you meet up and you can tell that her car is just spotless, Obviously she takes care of it, or she, and she maybe she's got like a sticker on it, maybe she's named it. You can ask her about her car, because obviously that car means a lot to her and it's important to her. And so what you want to do then is you want to keep on asking her questions about her car, because those are questions that she would enjoy answering, and they will make her feel good. Because what you want to do is you want her to associate like really positive things towards you. And if you talk about positive topics and happy topics and topics that she likes to talk about, then she's going to be feeling really good and feeling like having a great time. So it's a good idea to do that. And all the time as well, be acutely aware if she's asking about you too. Because if she's asking about you as well and asking about your life, she's more interested. But if she just continues to drivel on about her life and never asks you about yourself, then it's probably the fact that she just has low interest. So it's a great way to find that out. So when you are also talking with women, when you're on dates with them and you're interacting with them, don't forget to like flirt and tease and banter as well. Get her to laugh, joke with her. So for example, like a good bantering thing, a good flirtatious thing that you can do is sort of like in a way, like gently tease her, not in a mean way like a bully, but just something that you can both laugh about, you can make her smile about. So for example, let's say that she's actually really, really intelligent. You can tell that she's really intelligent by maybe she's got a degree in something that's really fancy. I don't know. And let's say she can talk really well. Perhaps she's got a job that's quite high up or something along those lines. So you know that she's quite a smart woman. You can make fun of her and say, "Oh, that's you're." If she's a brunette, you can say, "Oh, you really are a blonde at heart, aren't you?" Or something like that. Just gently tease her, because obviously the stereotype of the blonde-haired woman is that they're a bit ditzy. Obviously, that's not true. There are plenty of women out there that are blonde and very intelligent, but it's sort of like a stereotype that everyone kind of knows, and it's a bit of a joke. And even if she is a blonde, you can say that too, even though she may be incredibly intelligent, and just like kind of take the mick a tiny bit about the fact that she's actually a bit of a blonde, even though she's actually super intelligent. And it's just something funny that you both can do and play with and gently tease her like that. Because what you're saying when you do that, and you can say something that's kind of slightly, ever so slightly offensive, but you're being warm and funny and laughing and joking about it, what that shows is that you do not care if you accidentally offend her. You don't care about that. You don't mind. You're not worried about annoying her. And you're basically, what you're saying without actually saying it is, I'm not afraid of you. I can play with you. I can tease you. I know how to flirt. I know how to play. Because a lot of guys, if they're like the nice guy, what they'll do is they'll just ask really polite questions. They'll be really worried about saying something funny, even if something funny pops in their head, because they're like, oh my gosh, you might get offended by that. They'll get really like worried, right? But if you're not worried and you know how to play, you know how to flirt, you know how to tease her, you don't mind taking the mick out of her a little bit, then you're going to have a great time, and she will probably do the same back to you, and you can start flirting. You can start like sort of poking each other and like pushing each other when one's being a bit too silly. You're like, oh, stop it, that kind of thing. You can give each other fun nicknames, right? And, it's just like a really nice flirty thing, a nice flirty way to go about it. And women love that. Women love playing like that. And they love those like flirtatious sort of interactions, because it's fun, it's enjoyable. And also if you're like pushing each other and giving each other little gentle pokes, and obviously gentle pushes too, then you're escalating things physically as well. So it might be that will then feel open to hugging you or holding your hand, or progressing things in the bedroom. So it's all good round to just try and be more bantery and playful with women, and don't be afraid to tease them, because they love it. They really do. It's only if a woman has maybe been bullied really heavily in the past, she might not be able to tell the difference between gentle bantering and gentle teasing with being bullied. So you need to be kind of careful with that. But if she can't play and can't tease, then maybe it's not a good idea for you to continue being with her if she's really that sensitive. But just see how you go, I suppose. But thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christinelorridge.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.